So we're on a phone call.
Okay.
The goal is to get me to a buyer's consultation, or sorry, a listing appointment where I'm a seller.
Okay.
And I say, Dany, yeah, hey, thanks for your call, but before we get too into it, I don't want to waste your time. I think I'm probably just going to work with my uncle, who's a realtor.
Okay, all right. Oh, all right, Rachel, that's awesome. So your uncle's a realtor?
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. Well, I'm all for always supporting, our family and family businesses. Have you already kind of talked to your uncle about you trying to sell your home?
I mean, a little bit. He said he could help me out, but that's kind of been the extent of our conversation.
Okay, got it, understood. And then just remind me again, Rachel, so how familiar are you with the home buying process or the home selling process?
This is our first one. So this was the first house we bought. We've never sold before, so we're new.
Gotcha, okay. And then what is your timeline for selling this home, and what are your goals after you sell the home?
Yeah, for us, I mean, we want this to be done pretty fast, and we want to make as much money as we can. We're going to be moving. We're going to be moving to Northern California, so.
Oh, wow, awesome. What are you guys doing up there?
Yeah, I want to be closer to family. My whole family's up there, and I miss them, and so we want to be closer to them.
Y'all gonna take your uncle too after he sells your home?
Maybe, no, I think he'll stay down here, but
okay.
He's sad.
Well, look, Rachel, I mean, that sounds fair. Like I said, I understand going with family. I'm all for whatever you guys are more comfortable with. I still do want to have this meeting with you just so I can go over just the process of selling a home. There are things that I found that here at Whissel we do for our clients that a lot of other people do not do. And I would love to just kind of go and talk through it with you and show you some of these key points where I really do feel that my team can add value. Mm-hmm. Okay, and then after that, just want to give you all those options so then you can see what your uncle has to offer, and then you guys can make a decision, because this is a really important step in your life, selling your home. I just want you to have those options. That sound good?
Yeah, that sounds fair enough.
All right, sounds good. Well, I'll see you tomorrow.
All right, sounds good. Right on time. Nice job.
Thank you.
Close at the buzzer. Good job. At the buzzer. Nice work. Okay, so I'm a seller. Okay. We're on a phone call. The goal is to set up a listing appointment. And I say, hey, thank you so much for calling, but before I waste too much of your time, I think we're probably just gonna work with my uncle. He's also a realtor.
Got it, okay. Well, hey, tell me a little bit more. You said you're working with your uncle. I mean, let's take a step back. Tell me a little bit more about why you're selling and kind of what's going on with your situation right now.
Yeah, so we're gonna be selling, we're gonna be moving up to Northern California.
Nice. What area? I'm from Northern California.
Yeah, we're from the Bay Area, so we want our whole family's up there. We're the only ones down here. We're really missing that extra support.
Nice. Okay, yeah, I'm from the Sacramento area, so I'm familiar with the
cool.
Bay. Now, I'm curious, with you moving up to the Bay Area and selling the home here, what's kind of the most important things that you're looking for in the realtor that you choose to sell your home?
I mean, we want to make the most amount of money because obviously California is still expensive, north or south, so we really want to set ourselves up for a house up there, and someone who's going to do this relatively quickly. We're just kind of ready to make the move.
Got it, I hear you. So that, that's what most sellers are looking for, someone who can do it quickly and someone who can make them the most amount of money as possible.
Exactly.
Okay, makes total sense. And I am curious, have you interviewed any other agents other than your uncle?
No, I mean, my uncle, we haven't really talked. He just said that he could help me, and so, he's family, so I'm thinking that might be a good route to go with.
Got it, okay. And are you thinking that he's a good route to go with only because he's family, or have you seen the value that he can provide for you?
I mean, to be honest with you, like I said, we haven't really talked. I mean, he's my uncle, so we're, mostly just kind of family. I'm not too sure about what he does work-wise, but, I don't want to cross any rifts there.
I totally understand. And, to be completely honest, sometimes mixing family and business, that can actually cross a lot of rifts, and that can actually be a problem. I've heard from a lot of other sellers who have gone that route. Now, I am curious, you haven't interviewed him and, gotten a chance to see what he has to offer you as far as selling your home, but I can actually show you some ways that our team, Whissel Realty, we can get you more money for your house and we can sell it in a quicker period of time. And let me ask you this, Rachel, do you feel like you owe it to him as your family member to get the listing just so, your family has it, or do you feel like you owe it to yourself to make as much money as possible and to sell the home in the quickest period of time to make it to the Bay?
I mean, we really do need to make the most amount of money. So, okay. I mean, if it comes to that,
Great, well, let's go ahead and meet tomorrow at 5.
Yikes. Wow. Couple of buzzer beaters. Oh my gosh. Wow. Dany, I've like never seen you before. and let's go. So I mean, March, I want to shout you out for stepping up like right out of training and coming up to do this. I think you're stepping up, man. You're showing up. Yeah, it takes a lot of courage. I love that you're jumping in and you're just going right after it. We can hear a little bit of nerves, and that's fine, right? That's pretty typical here. But what I love about what you did is that you didn't let that stop you. You just kept going. You kept moving forward. You were tying in everything that you were talking about with her, and really trying to figure out what am I trying to say? I think you did a good job with the objection. I liked how you didn't try to knock her uncle or anything. I actually had the thought as well where she was like, oh, my family's up there, and it's like, oh, is your uncle gonna come? I was glad that you said that, because that's what I would have said too. Andrew, I think that diving into the motivation, y'all are gonna get sick of hearing me say that probably, but there's a reason that I say it all the time. It's the most important thing when it comes to what we do. Digging into that, I really like juxtaposing, do you owe it to your uncle to get him a paycheck, or do you owe it to yourself to make sure that you're getting the most amount of money possible? I think that's a strong way to pose the question to them. I would argue that we don't have to consider the clothes for either of you, because we did a buzzer beater or whatever in a real situation, right? That we wouldn't run into that. But I think that just the systematic way in which Andrew went about drawing out objections, asking questions about motivation, and connecting, I think give it to Andrew.
Outstanding job by both of you. Dany, being new, mind-blowing, great job. I felt like your rapport was very good, and the uncle joke was perfect. And people love that. People are people. We're not robots, right? So throwing those things in is so valuable in connecting with people. So don't give up. Keep doing that. As far as handling the objection and doing it in a systematic way and finding her motivation, and it sounds counterintuitive to talk more about the move than the actual selling of the home, is usually what gets sellers more motivated to sell than talking about selling the house. And I felt like Andy did a good job with making sure that they stayed on track with getting that move up to Northern California, connecting on the Northern California thing, and for that, I give it to Andrew.
Couple of things. Dany, relationship is huge, and I feel like your connection is great, and I think you're going to be very, very strong very quickly. On the other spectrum, all the questions that he asks is huge, and he puts self-doubt without coming in negative, right? He was self-doubting, and he was allowing them to put doubt in their own head. And that's a huge thing to do out there, because a lot of times we feel like we have to attack or say, but your uncle is this, or your uncle is, never once did that come across. And he let them come to the conclusion without him forcing it. So we know where it is. Ian did great. Both of you did great.